Hey everybody, today's going to be all about a Blackland razor shave-a-palooza and some elite shaving. I'm Dave and you're watching BarberDave Shaves. Hey everybody, welcome to Sunday. Hope everybody's having a nice, blessed Sunday. This is the start of my weekend, so that is actually a good thing. So we'll be smoking some cigars, as you can see by the sticker over there. Okay, let's talk about what we're doing today. This is not a one razor versus other razor. If you noticed in my community, right here on this page, my community vlog, or blog, I should say, I put a picture today, and I'm calling it the Hall of Blackland. I did some rearranging and put all the Blackland razors that I have currently. There's only two I don't have, the Saber and the Dart. And literally, and for those of you that know me, you're probably your jaws are gonna go down. I took all my other DE and SE razors, all of them, including my adjustables, all of them, and put them in an archive, and they're in a display case out in the den. I will not be using anything but the Blacklands from now on, and there's a reason for that. They're just that good. Normally I'm a straight razor shaver, so I don't use these a lot. So these last couple of videos I've done over the few weeks have been kind of odd because I'm using DEs, but that's where I started. A couple other points. If you would be so kind, we'd really appreciate it. You can get a lot out of our content and a lot out of shaving in general by coming over to www.theshavingcadre.com. We feel we are the best overall shaving forum on the interwebs. For our vendors, we are very, very cost effective, and you have complete access to our forum, not just in one little small microcosm where you can talk about your items. Secondly, please subscribe to Drinks and Daves. That's our other channel. We are live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and we've got some fun shows coming up, so please join us there as well. And then finally, I wanted to address one thing. This channel does not get sponsored or paid by anyone. In other words, we do not receive products to review. There's a reason behind that. I feel that, in my previous career as a fiduciary, we could not accept gifts. We could not accept things. And in my opinion, a lot of times, I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times, people that review products, whether it be razors, soaps, aftershaves, or anything else, are doing so because they are receiving the item to do it. Now, if they receive it for free, what happens if they give a bad review? So to me, I use my hard-earned money to buy everything that you see here, hence the reason why I have the tip jar or the thanks button, because we do that and we use that money solely for purchasing new products, because this is what you guys want to see. There's only been one time that I've actually received product from a company, and that was Seaforth Black Watch. Now, the funny thing about that is when I received Seaforth, it wasn't even out on the market yet. So he had asked me to beta test this and give my honest review before I ever revealed that I received it. So that's the only time I've ever gotten it, and it was really to test items, not necessarily give a review. And then other than that, when I was a brand ambassador for Sapper Vecchio Veracino, and then currently a brand ambassador for Cella and brand and markets, I've never received anything from a review standpoint or anything else. So from an integrity standpoint, there's been a few that have questioned my integrity on certain things. And yeah, I make mistakes. I'm human. And I try to rectify those mistakes as much as I can. But all the stuff I get, I pay for. So take that for what it's worth. I feel that that gives you my honest review, because if I don't like it, I'll tell you I don't like it. So enough of that. So let's get shaving, shall we? Okay, what we're going to shave with today, and I said an elite shaving, we're kind of doing a mishmash today, but for the soap, one of my favorites, and one of my favorite soap makers, CBL Soapworks, and Litsea Kubeba. This is a very bright, lemony, it's incredible. It's not out on the market yet as far as I know. It might be, but if you can, get you some. As far as the elite portion of the shave, I wanted to find something that was very bright, lemony, limey, really nice. And there's only one that really comes to thought process right now, and that's Floris Elite. Just an absolutely wonderful fragrance, both in the aftershave. The Witch Hazel, we're also using the CBL Litsea Kubeba. But why is this a a Blackland Shave-A-Palooza. Well, our brush, we're going to be using the Blackland Blackbird shave brush with a synthetic knot. And then for the razors today, we're going to be using one DE razor and one single edge razor. You already know what I'm going to say. That's right. The Blackland Osprey, set on 5.5 now, with a Persona Lab Blue blade in it. And this is the same one that I've been testing. And then also what has got to be the razor that I grab for the most is the Blackland Vector. And it's got a feathered Pro Guard blade in it. Now, are we doing a shoot off between these two razors? No. They're two different razors, two different styles. One's very light, like a sports car Ferrari. The other is just a piece of technology that is just absolutely amazing. But what we're going to actually talk about is we're going to talk about during the week, I very rarely straight razor shave unless I have time, because I'm up at 4:30 in the morning into the shop between 6 and 6:30, and then I don't get home till 8 o'clock at night. I only have the shop open 4 days a week for that reason, because I'm doing 60, 70 hours in those 4 days. However, when I get up in the morning and I'm in a rush, what razor do I grab for first? I'd love to do a straight razor shave every single day, but unfortunately that doesn't always happen, except what I do grab sometime is the Titleist Essence by Titleist. It's a removable blade straight, and I can get that done because there's stropping and everything else. So for today, we're going to kind of see if we can decipher. If I walk into the shaving den and I said, oh, I got to shave, and I look down and I say, what razor am I going to grab for? Which one of these would I grab for? This is going to be a fun little test. I'm going to shave each side of the face for all 3 passes, and we'll go from there. You don't see a lot of talk about the Blackbird brushes, but they match the Blackbird razor. And this is the Black razor, big T, little I, titanium. For those people that are so wrapped up in whether I use a big T or a little I, but the Blackbird titanium, but they were made very similar as far as the scalped edges and stuff like that. So we don't hear a lot about it. It's a great brush, heavy, feels good in the hand. They have multiple colors, and it's just a fun brush. This soap by CBL Soaps is just unbelievable. You touch it to your face and it feels wonderful. It lathers like a beast. Those of you that know me often know that I have certain soaps that I find the top of the top of the top. CBL is always up there, as well as Panacrema Nuova Verde and SV70th. But the Letsea has, in my opinion, far exceeded both of those as far as my favorite now. It's just amazing. If you take 70th anniversary and pump it up a ton of notches, that's what you get. It's just a beautiful leather, and you can see that. It just fun stuff. It doesn't take much to load. Okay, so the Vector is going to be used on this side of the face, the Osprey on this side of the face. They both have, I don't want to say well-worn blades, but they've been in there for a while, so they've gotten to the point where they're at their peak of comfort. I did change, and I mentioned this in my community blog yesterday, I did change from a 6 to a 5.5, and it really has made a nice difference. So we're going to just do half and half and see which one you think I'd grab for. I should also mention and say thank you to everybody. We're sitting at 1,135 subscribers. And as promised, when we get to 1,200, we will do another giveaway. And this will be a pretty good one, I think. Now, the one thing with obviously with the Osprey is you can just flip the razor over and do pretty much half your face. The Vector, obviously due to the single edgeness and just the beauty of this thing, is a little bit different. This razor is a lot lighter, covers a little bit more ground, because it's, you know, uses a feather style blade. And although both razors give you that feeling that they're just an extension of your arm, because like I said, I still do, even with those of you that have taken my straight razor course, I still use a fulcrum type system when I'm shaving. And this one just fits, just the way it just, this notch fits right between your middle finger. The final bump fits on your third finger. It's just, it's so intuitive. And it can get into all the nooks and crannies. And the Osprey, again, it feels like an extension of your hand, especially these scalloped edges. They fit your finger pads perfectly so they won't slip. And it just, you get the automatic thing. So Shane at Blackland has done just a tremendous job. Okay, as far as the first pass is concerned, the Osprey has got a little bit of an edge, not much. But like I said, this isn't about which is better. They're both the best of the best, in my opinion. It's just which one would I grab for more often. And I've been shaving with the Osprey and the Vector pretty much all week, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to get a feeling. And it's amazing how close they are. Again, the Osprey is much heavier and more of a, you know, what you'd think a regular DE razor. And the Osprey and the Vector is in a class of its own, completely. You could call it a feather style single edge, which it is, but there's been no razor that has come out that is anywhere similar, in my opinion, to the Vector. There's been a lot of people that have tried. I know the Orin, but that's got a floating blade in it. Not a bad razor, but I don't think it approaches the level of the Vector. And then as far as adjustables and regular DEs, the Osprey is just phenomenal. Now, don't get me wrong, because next week we're going to do, one of the days we're going to do the same thing we're doing today, but we're going to do it with the Tridari, Blackland Tridari, and the Blackland Blackbird Titanium. I guess I'm prevented from saying TI anymore because I have to always say capital T, small I. Anyways, but the TI, excuse me, oh God, here we go. The Blackbird, for me, in the titanium version, is very aggressive. For me, I would say it's like the Osprey on 8 or 9, but extremely efficient, extremely efficient. And I think I cheated a little bit on this side. See, now we're even all the way around the gate. Okay. So there's not a bad razor in the lot. It's just which one would I grab for more often. If I have a little bit more time before I leave and I'm not going to use this straight, I will tell you that I grab for the Blackbird because I can get super efficient shave, but I have to also be very careful because that razor will reach out and bite you. But it's just your face feels like porcelain afterwards. And these are the same way. You know, they're all different styles of razor, but they're incredible. As far as speed when you're shaving, I didn't do an exact time measurement shaving with the Osprey versus the Vector. However, I'm a little bit slower right now with the Vector. With the Osprey, because I'm still getting used to it. But it's, you know, it's nominal in difference. Okay, I'm back to the Vector. Okay, so that's 3 passes with both. On the Vector side, absolutely dolphin smooth BBS. Very little cleanup. Now, the one thing I will give nod to the Vector is you can spin this thing if you're doing J-hooks so fast that it'll go around your face. But other than that, just a perfect BBS shave. Okay, now let's look at the Osprey side. And I always have a little bit of problem right around here. About the same cleanup-wise. Definitely a BBS shave all the way around. Okay, so let's get cleaned up. And let's see what the alum says on each side of the face. Nothing. Absolutely zero on the Osprey side. Okay, and let's see on the Vector side. Nothing. Literally nothing. So, like I said, it's so neck and neck, it's unbelievable. Let that sit for a minute. Now, again, please understand that this is my opinion. This is the razor that I would grab for on a daily basis if I'm in a hurry, because as most of you know, normally I would grab a straight razor, because that's really where my true passion is as far as shaving is concerned. So let's get this ready. Yeah, just unbelievable, both of them. So if you're considering one of the two, buy both. But if you can only afford one, you know, I've shaved with a lot of razors. I've done a lot of reviews. Well, let's hold off on that. Now, I do know that the Litsea Kubeba from CBL Soaps, Witch Hazel, is not out yet. It's coming. Well, and I'm telling you, run for it, because I use Thayer's, I use Quinn's, in both the lavender, the cucumber, the orange. And once he comes out with this, in fact, I emailed him yesterday and said I want a gallon, because I doubt I'll use anything else. It's that good. Oh, just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to hold you off for a little bit longer, because we're going to go through the rest of our process. Today, again, we're using the Florist Elite. This has just got a... Well, it harkens a little bit to British Sterling, the old British Sterling, but it's got a lemon, and it's got some deeper notes in it as well. Some more woody notes, but virtually no sting. A little bit, but that would be expected for a high alcohol aftershave. But just beautifully bright. It's still in the 90s here. We got about 3 more days, and then we're going to take a plunge into the 70s for highs. Thank the Lord. I'm using Yardley Gold today because it's got that bright citrusy note to it. Looking forward to a Zoom call today, and if you're a member of the Shaving Cadre, you can come join us. But this one's extra special because, being an old Air Force vet, retired vet, and one of my good friends back in Pennsylvania is a Navy vet. And we started discussing the Air Force Navy game as the Commander's Cup. There's one more game with the Army. And right now the Air Force is 6-0, actually 7-0, Bruce. And we made a little bet. And that bet basically said that whoever loses has to profess their undying devotion and love for the Air Force and for the team that won. I won. So I got to send him a little script that he has to read on our Zoom call today. That's going to be a lot of fun. And Bruce, thank you for playing along. I think that's great. And I would have done the same thing. Too bad we couldn't have got shirts to each other. That would have been even better. Okay, and for the EDT, Flores Elite as well. Okay, you guys have stuck around this long. So which razor would I pick? And now I've moved. I had all my razors over here, but now that I've archived all of them and put them into a display cabinet, now I have them right here. And the razors that I have here, well, you can see on that the archive of the Hall of Blackland. The only one that you didn't see was the Titleist that I have up there as well. The only reason it's up there is it's got a stand that's really cool. So which razor would I grab for? Would I grab for the tried and true, perfectly ergonomic, just a sports car of a razor, the Blackland Vector? Or would I grab for the newest of the line, the beast, the Osprey? Because remember, I flew on Ospreys. And would I grab this first? Based on the shave and based on just everything, guess what? Either one, it's a tie. Not one of these is better than the other. They're different razors altogether, but the shave results are identical. If you use, and it depends on also what blade you use. I use Pro Guards almost exclusively, and then of course the Persona Lab Blues. Feel comfortable grabbing for each one, and I have found I do that. And what's funny, even when I've had time to do a straight shave in the last week, I've grabbed for this. And then I've grabbed for this. Then I've grabbed for this. So they sit right next to each other in the Hall of Blackland. And are they worth the price? I think, I'm not sure what I bought this when they first came out a long time ago. And I think they're in the $3 range. I may be wrong there, so don't crucify me if I'm off by a nickel. But then this is $350 plus the stands are about $50. Are they worth, and is it worth having $600 to $800 worth of razors in these two razors? Abso-frickin-lutely. Because as I said, price doesn't mean a lot to me, but overall value does. And those two razors are identical as far as which one I would grab for. So it's really preference at this point. Next week, we'll take a look at the Tridari and the Blackbird titanium, and we'll go from there. But the rest of the 2 days, guess what, guys? We're going to go back to straight razors. Yay! And maybe back to the Imaginarium. So anyhow, I'm Dave. This has been BarberDave Shaves and Such, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we're only 70 away from 1,200 subscribers, so keep that in mind as we're going to be giving away some good stuff as well. So I hope everybody has a blessed Sunday. Thank you for all your support, even through some rough times last week. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am of my subscribers and my viewers. And again, come and see us at Drinks and Dave's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. Have a great day, folks.